Welcome viewers. Tonight we have a vintage Centennial model PR82 cassette tape recorder. This particular unit I actually found in a dumpster way back in '98 at a educational institution I was working for, and it still has the library number on it, number 26. And I haven't used this recorder in years. Okay, this unit hasn't been used in over 40 years. And like I say, this is not an eBay find or purchase. I found this in a dumpster. They had literally thrown this out in a dumpster. And it seemed like the belt was a little bad in the beginning. I think I took it apart and cleaned it up and got it halfway working. The belt is still doing something, as you can see. Fast forward, well, that's play. Then fast forward, there's no rewind. It's got a built-in condenser mic, and it's got a volume and a tone control. You don't see a tone control so much anymore. So anyway, I thought we would take a look at this unit and just kind of go over it and see if we can find out the problem with it. Okay, so let's put a cassette in it and see what we got. This volume and tone control is not good. The speed sounds steady, but the sound is warbly. Let's get in here, and I'm going to use some of this good Canadian control cleaner, neutral, and we'll see. That helped. Did you hear the change in pitch? We'll see if cleaning these switches will do anything. It made them a lot easier to work. They were almost, you couldn't hardly push them. Yeah, loosen them up a little bit. Oh yeah. Let's go in and let's give that a little more. And I know that's getting on them. Listen at the speed. That evidently has some effect on the overall unit because the speed just sped up. Get a little more volume. Don't look like the tape counter is working. No, it's not. It is zeroed out though. We got fast forward. It's rather slow, but we got it. No rewind. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. It does have a condenser mic. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh heck, it doesn't have any rewind. Alright, so okay. It doesn't, as you may have noticed, doesn't have a cassette lid either. So if you don't have rewind, go fast forward. Alright, let's see if we can get anything off that. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. It does have a condenser mic. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we do have a record, but it's not very good. So let's eject this cassette. Alright, let's try cleaning the head and the pinch roller. And for lack of alcohol, I'm just going to use a little bit of this neutral. And it's expensive. I shouldn't do this. Spray a little on the head, a little on the capstan. You got to watch. That'll go right down in the motor and dry what lubrication is there out. But this is just kind of... Alright. Get the capstan shaft clean. This may do it. It may get it back up to snuff. The last time it ran, it was pretty good. And I tell you what, this was the late 90s. I think it was around 97 or 98. And this was when all the, they were really, I don't want to use the term, but I'm going to use the term. They were really hell-bent on getting rid of cassette and all the tape in the schools. They were getting rid of all the film projectors. They were just beginning to, and the record players and all that, and they were moving, into the computer realm. So anyway, we basically cleaned that up real quick. Let's say we basically cleaned that up real quick. Let's see if that made any difference in the performance of this unit. And that may or may not. Helped a little bit, maybe. The volume's not quite what it should be. Okay, we got the back off this unit, and we're going to start looking for what we call the CCR. It says Complaint, Condition, and Repair, CCR. So this belt doesn't look too awful bad, I don't know, but we have no rewind as the culprit. So I'm going to look at this and see if we can't find another type of belt that I have that would fit this. Get that in where you can see it real good. But it looks fairly easy to put on, and I guess this top of this flywheel has to be taken off. I was thinking you could slip it under it, but you can't. There's the axle, so this is going to have to be taken off. So let's pop that off, and we'll pop this off. We remove that. And remove this. Like so. Alright. Now this belt should just lift right off of here. Like so. And there we go. It's not, if you look at this belt, it's not quite as big as I thought it was. So let me take a look back here, and I'll see if I've got some other type of belt that might work on that. Now, the type of belts I got are not really made for this. They're a newer kind, and bigger belt. Alright, I'm going to try putting this one on there. And as you can see, the thickness is not quite the same. So we'll see if this, let's do it this way. I hope my hands is not getting in front of the picture too much. You guys can't see this, but okay, I'm putting it on there, and we're going to go up around this other pulley. And I didn't get it on the pulley here. On one of the pulleys. It feels like it's going to be pretty tight if it ain't too tight. Feels like it's going to be pretty good. Alright. We're looking good there. So we've got a new belt on the machine. So let's put this back on. And we'll see if we can't test this unit without having to put it all back together and see if we've got a rewind. Sure I get this one started first. Otherwise that's going to walk on me. Tighten that down. I think that one's actually stripped out. Okay, we got the new belt on here, and everything's spinning pretty good, and it's pretty tight. So I'm going to see if I can't, looking good there, flip this unit over, and we'll see if we can get it, get a rewind on it. Now I'm just going to see if I can kind of put these jacks in here like so, where I can lay this. Just lay this back together like so. and just see if we've got a rewind on this machine. I don't know if I can do that easily or not. With these jacks, I don't think so. I think that's good enough to find out. It's a little crooked. We're trying, but there we go. We got a rewind. We've got a rewind, so all right. All right, let's see if it'll work with the tape in it under tension. See if it's got enough torque. Looks good. Oh, there we go. Not quite enough torque. Flip this over and see if it's turning. It's turning, as you can see there. So let's take a look here and see if we got a rubber wheel or something in here that's not doing its thing. Near as I can tell, this would be a mechanical thing because there's no other idler wheel or anything of that sort in here. So, see if it's a well, I'm not going to be able to test it very good. It wants to. Buttons don't want to lock down. Okay, we're back, and I put the new belt on, and we have a rewind, but it's really weak. So I got to looking, and there's another belt on the other side of this transport. It's a smaller belt, so we're going to have to go in and see if we can't fix that. You know, I'm going to have to examine this. I see a small screw there, but that's the buttons. This wants to lift up. All right, let's see. There's one. That may be the only screw if there's one. So let's remove this screw. And we'll see if we can lift that up out of there and maybe change that out of belt. Then we should have a rewind. Oh, pardon me. Okay, we'll see if we can. We need to lift this mechanism up. And I don't. It looks like that PC board, both of those are going to have to pop out. Let me. Well, maybe not. Let's try taking out this power supply lag here. Those got some rust on it. But if we can get this belt changed, I think this will be a pretty good little tape recorder. But we got to have that rewind. That's for sure. Alright. Let's see, AC mains transformer, and it is plugged in, by the way. I might want to throw that in. Let's see if that'll lift it. Didn't do a thing. See, there may be one more screw. There's one more here. See if I'm getting there. Got to be careful on this until we figure out. I think I see one more screw, maybe. Alright. Let me see if this one has any. Okay, we're moving a little more. Cause, condition, and repair. Whose website did I see that on? But that's what I'm gonna use that for my ultimate advice. All right, let's see if we can get this out of here. Still something holding it. Okay, that's on the same thing. Okay, that's what I thought. We're allowed to pull a wire or something off here. Okay, now we've got this out. We're going to try not to pull these wires off because I don't want to be soldering them in again. Here's this wire. It looks like this belt had came off the pulley. This is the one that goes to the tape counter, and it looks like it may be good that it just came off the pulley here. Because remember we said the tape counter wasn't working. Well, you got another thing here for rewind, I believe. Let's get it back on and we'll see what we got. Let's see if we can get a rewind out of that. Now I bet it uses that belt some way to do that. That's easier said than done, folks. I know on camera it must look easy, but it's not. Let's see if I can see. Boy, that other pulley under there for the counter would be really tough. So let's just keep working with this. You watch me pull that off there. I don't understand that. There's a pulley on that reel table. I think there is. Maybe it was on, maybe it goes on the bottom, maybe it goes on that right there. If it is, it's really loose. Okay. See if I can get... Okay, there is no pulley on the bottom. It goes around this one. So it's really loose and shot. So we're going to have to see if we can find another belt. And this counter here can be removed. There's 2 small screws, and I may really have to, just to be sure we can get that. Let's see if this little screwdriver won't fit that. Need a smaller one. No, I'll have to get my other toolkit out here for that. And I loosened that. Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to get that out of toolkit. This is one of the best things I ever bought. It's a tool kit for a Mac Air computer, and it has about every tool you need for stuff like this in there. So let me see if I got something in here that will fit those and take them out. Alright, I think we got that one. Got one of them. See if we can get the other one here. There's 2. Okay, this should just lift out. Should. Okay. Or slide out. Huh. There it is, but it won't slip out of there. Alright. So look at that. Why won't that just slide out of there? There's some kind of keyway in there. So I think I'm going to put this back on like it should go. And I'll just see if we can't thread a new belt on there some way. Because if we can do that, there we go, starting that one. All right. Don't want to mess this microphone wire up. It's right next to it. Alright. Reset's working. Alright, let me see. I don't know exactly how we're going to get that threaded in there, but I'm sure as a dickens going to try. Okay, I doubt if you all can see that there's a pulley in there, but there is. And I know once this comes off of there, then I'm not going to be able to get another one on there. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. And that's caught up on top of that shaft, and I can't push it back to get it out of there. Okay, I think we've got some other screws over here that need to be removed to pull this out. And this whole thing pulls out as a unit. There's no other way to get that belt on there but not to take this out. See if that won't lift up as a unit now. We got to watch these wires and stuff. Yeah, okay. Alright. That's how you do it. And I think we better put this, I took this back off again off camera, this part of it, and now it's going to be hell. There's an adjustment on there for belt tension. You got 2 screws you can put this in. I'm not sure. Let's that's also the adjustment for the case. Now we'll get this all back together, and I'll have this in the wrong holes. So get a flashlight. Might blind you guys on the camera. All right. Now I've lost that screw. I got one of them here. Now we're missing a screw. This is how you got to watch when you're going after okay. All right. When you're going after condition, I don't know which ones that goes back in now. All right, now we got this out where you can look at it. Take a look at this. Okay. I made a mistake taking that off. All right, let's see what we can do with that again. Alright, there's one. If the case doesn't close on this right, we can adjust this, but it'll be heck to go all the way back to this. You just want to snug these enough that they'll work. Alright, take a look at some of these other belts I've got here. And that's too small. That one might be about right. We can get this on here. Like so. This is going to be the toughest part of it, is getting this on. Alright, let's see if we can that belt I think will work if we can get this on and mounted here. I think these are going to have to go up over the top of it. Take this off for a minute. I'm going to put this head cable like so. Do a test run on that. Alright, try that again. If you do this every day, probably not too hard. Okay, if I can hold that now, maybe it'll hold itself. I can find my little screwdriver now. I don't know where it ran off to. There it is. Okay, we're not setting down on there like we ought to be. There we are. Okay, we're not going into there like we should. Make sure that tape pad ain't binding. Okay, we gotta keep those out of there. not getting these to thread up like they should. Okay. Okay, there's the first one. See why that isn't. So just not hitting it right, I guess. Okay, welcome back, folks. And this is the same video, but I took a break. I'm saying welcome back. And we got this little tape recorder fixed. It had no rewind, and got the counter up and working. So we got all new belts, and I got a rewind now. We'll give it a test here. I'm just before we put it back together. We got a strong rewind. Got fast forward. Got play. It's got a good sound. Okay, basically, what the problem is, and it could be a reoccurring problem, is this belt was strictly the counter, but it did need a new belt. As you've seen in the first part of the video, the belt was just stretched to the point of no return. But these two little idler wheels here, this is your fast forward. See, it moves up for fast forward. Then this one moves up against it to drive this reel table for rewind. And these are on this one, they're worn down pretty good. And all I did is the simple thing everybody does for something like this. I didn't use rubber renew because I've used that on them before and they just spin like they're ice. I just used standard alcohol or hydrogen peroxide. I think I used 100% this time for the first time, but I cleaned these real good with a cotton swab. Got everything, you know, back up to snuff and run them forward and backwards till we got our rewind and fast forward back. So I'm gonna test this one more time here while we're doing this. There's the rewind. It wants to stick a little bit, but it seems like it gets better as it's going. I don't know if you can see it, but here's the counter, and we do have movement on the counter. We do have that. So overall, I think we did pretty good with it, and I have ever intuition that it should get better with a little bit of use. And I will use this. I use stuff like this. So anyway, what was our thing? Cause, correction, and repair. Cause, no rewind, okay? We've got a rewind. Cause, no sound. We've got sound. And that side don't have much on it. Let me flip this over. So, let's get this back together. Let's get it back in the case. And we'll give it a test in. We'll kind of wipe it down and clean it up. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to take this. And this is kind of chancy. I got AC mains onto this, by the way. Which is right here. See if we can get this fitted back into the case without pulling these wires off. If we can do that, it's going to be a miracle. Now something else, I put that meter back on that footage counter, and there's a slight chance I may have adjusted it wrong where it doesn't fit in the case correctly. So we'll have to look at that. Kind of flip that over. Alright folks, we got this together, and I didn't show a lot of it on the video because I didn't think you guys and want to sit there and watch me wrestle with this case, and it turned into be a bear. But we had a working machine, and so let's take a look at it. And communication, condition, and repair. I seen that on a website, and I'm going to keep that in mind. So, what was the condition? No rewind. Okay, we now have rewind. We'll do this again. We now have rewind. We now have fast forward. We now have play. We also have good control with no noise in the volume. We now have record. Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. This is the Centennial TR-82 cassette tape recorder from vintage from the early 80s. Testing 1 2 3 4 4 3 2 1. Whoop, went the wrong way.
4 3 2 1. 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. This is the Centennial TR-82 cassette tape recorder from vintage from the early 80s. Testing 1 2 3 4 4 3 2 1. Mercury leads away.
All right, I think we're in pretty good shape, folks, and it took really the hardest part about it was the case, but I put on 2 new belts and reconditioned the volume control, and oh, I wanted to show you we have a working tape counter. So just a minute, we've got a working tape counter. Okay folks, also got something here I wanted to show you. We do have a working tape counter. So if you look here, watch the tape counter. Alright folks, I think we're good to go. Okay folks, so I think this is the conclusion of the video on the Centennial TRC-82 cassette tape recorder. I appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you here in just a little bit. And Happy New Year. Goodbye.